Hello and welcome, and this is our third problem in Chapter 10, in which we'll be looking at another weighted average cost of capital problem. Pakenham Corporation wants an optimal capital structure of 50% equity and 50% debt. The firm's tax rate is currently 25%. The firm has $5 million of retained earnings with an estimated cost of equity capital of 10%. New common stock of up to $8 million can be raised at a cost of 13%. Debt of $4 million can be raised at 6%, and additional debt of $5 million on top of the $4 million can be raised at 9%. The firm has a proposed expansion that they estimate will cost $9 million. What is the weighted average cost of capital for the expansion? Well, hint, the firm will use the lowest cost of each capital source first. So for financing that $9 million, they want to finance it 50% equity and 50% debt. This will require $4.45 million of equity and $4.5 million of debt. The $4.5 million of equity can be financed entirely using retained earnings at 10%. The $4.5 million of debt has to be financed with $4 million from the debt costing 6% and $0.5 million from the debt costing 9%. So the weights are, the weight on equity will be $4.5 million divided by $9 million for 50%. The weight on debt source 1 will be $4 million divided by $9 million, or 0.44. And the weight on debt source 2 will be $0.5 million divided by $9 million, or 0.06. The after-tax cost of debt for debt source 1 will be 6% times 1 minus the marginal tax rate of 25%, which will be an after-tax cost of debt of 4.5%. The after-tax cost of debt source 2 will be 9% times 1 minus 25%, for 6.75%. The weighted average cost of capital in this case will be 50% times the cost of equity of 10%, plus 44% times 4.5% for the cost of debt source 1, and then 0.06 times 0.0675 for the cost of debt source 2. So the weighted average cost of capital for this expansion is 7.385%.